capacity.
Oh, Renee, how are you doing? What are you feeling?
Just shocked in a great way.
After more than 5 decades apart, will a local woman finally get to reunite with her sisters? See what our search angels found.
And feel the thrill. Cedar Point reopens tomorrow. We're live with a look at what's new there. Plus, a special guest joins us for this week's Throwdown Thursday, Cedar Point edition. What's new starts now.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
And we are a day away from the weekend, and that always has us just a little extra juiced here at What's New. We always get excited about Thursdays. We love them. Hello again, Northeast Ohio. Thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Betsy Kling, I'm Jay Crawford. I hope you're able to get out and enjoy some of that glorious sunshine today, Bets. A very good Thursday afternoon to you.
And to you, too. Our temperatures are just going up and up. Matt Wintz will be along in a little bit with the latest on our forecast. But in the meantime, it has been a very busy Thursday for us. It is what's new today. The CDC eased indoor mask guidelines this afternoon. It says fully vaccinated people can safely stop wearing masks inside most places. However, Americans should wear them in crowded indoor settings like buses, planes, hospitals, prisons, and homeless shelters. President Joe Biden spoke this afternoon and tweeted that it's simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do.
Now, I saw online some people are calling today Liberation Day, those that have just hated wearing those masks. We have a lot going on here at home. We have team coverage on what's next as Ohio prepares to lift health restrictions. We'll explain how businesses are preparing, but first our Laura Queso joins us now. She just finished watching Governor Mike DeWine's news briefing. Laura, it has been a very eventful 24 hours as we continue now to crawl out of our COVID cocoon.
Oh, a very eventful 24 hours, Jay. And today the governor talked about what we are really all talking about, the $1 million incentives for Ohioans who get vaccinated against COVID-19. We just learned the winners will be announced every Wednesday evening at 7:29 p.m. for 5 weeks. That starts on May 26th. The announcements will be made on the nightly Ohio lottery drawing. Now remember, DeWine says the state will perform 5 weekly drawings for $1 million each. So that means any Ohioan over the age of 18 who has gotten at least 1 dose of a COVID-19 vaccination by the date of each drawing will be eligible to win automatically. And those ages 12 to 17 also eligible for incentives. They will be entered into a drawing for a 4-year full scholarship to any of the state's colleges and universities. The prize includes full tuition, room and board. And the governor was asked today why he thinks this is a good use of our money.
We have spent a lot of money fighting this virus. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. And we have always felt that the money that we were spending was thoughtful. We've always felt that it was worth it because we know the huge human cost of this virus, and we also know the huge economic cost.
Remember how Jay said an eventful 24 hours? Well, another big announcement from the briefing today. The governor announced the state will be opting out of the federal government's $300 pandemic unemployment program on June 26th. The supplement has been available since last year, part of the package of the pandemic stimulus measures passed by Congress. And Jay DeWine noted that in some cases, that supplement has been discouraging Ohioans from going back to work, a story that we've covered here extensively as well.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of restaurant and business owners say they can't get their people back because of that extra unemployment. I just want to clarify something because this is what everybody is thinking about. If we've had one of the vaccines, we don't need to go to a website or enter this drawing. We are automatically entered for this 5-time $1 million drawing, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I thought I heard you right. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
Laura Queso live from the newsroom. Laura, we'll see you at 6.
Sure.
Well, not only will the mask mandate be lifted, but businesses will be able to welcome customers back at full capacity. 3 News investigator Rachel Polanski talked with several business owners about how they plan to prepare. Hi there, Rachel.
Hey Betsy, this is a big day for businesses. I talked with both restaurant owners and fitness center owners, and everyone is just so excited to hear the governor's news. Now, they tell me that public perception is very important. And now that the governor is lifting health mandates, they think that this will make the public feel more comfortable to venture out. So, what will you see when you actually go out? Well, it depends really where you go. At Addie's Diner inside the 5th Street Arcades, the owner tells me he set up tables for social distancing, and he's going to keep it that way. Meanwhile, at Market Garden Brewery, the owner tells me that he's ready to bring in more tables and go back to a pre-COVID lifestyle.
We were ecstatic. Our whole team was high-fiving, jumping for joy. We're definitely looking forward to removing the barriers, taking the masks off, and getting back to what hospitality is all about.
And these health mandates will all be lifted June 2nd. That also will include the state's mask mandate. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll have more with a local gym on their reaction to the governor's news. Betsy, back to you.
One more time, that's not till June 2nd. So this weekend, don't plan on going out and going whole hog. We do have a little bit of a wait here until that happens, but it's definitely good news for those business owners. Thanks so much, Rachel.
Well, since the beginning of the pandemic, we've been monitoring the daily case number here in Ohio. The number of cases were oftentimes the driving force behind these health orders statewide. Today, Ohio reporting 1,161 new cases. And even though those numbers continue to go down daily, some are fearful that when Governor DeWine lifts the health orders on June 2nd, Ohio's cases may start to go up again. So we're taking a look at how other states who've dropped health orders are doing with their case numbers now. Right now, 25 states have no mask restrictions in place, half of the United States, including 2 of our neighboring states, Indiana and West Virginia. Of those 25 states, 14 previously had mask orders and lifted them. 11 states never had a mask mandate. Texas lifted all statewide mask orders on March 10th, and all businesses reopened. Its mask mandate was only in effect for 8 months. Texas has actually seen a steady drop in daily cases since they dropped the mask mandate, with just over 1,600 cases reported today. Florida, fully reopened, has been for a while. May 3rd, they suspended all COVID restrictions. Their cases have also declined since then, but still recorded over 4,000 cases over the last 24 hours. Remember, Florida is the 3rd most populous state in the United States. Out of the 14 states that had mask orders and lifted them, only 4 saw an increase, and they were very minor. In fact, our neighboring Indiana had a very slight bump of 1%. 9 of those states saw a decline, and 1 state saw no change at all over the last 2 weeks. We'll have to see if the governor's incentives and health orders will have an impact on Ohio in the right direction.
Certainly interesting statistics. And don't forget, tonight at 7:30, Monica Robbins is hosting a vaccine town hall alongside Dave Dino DiNatale. They have 6 experts from the Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, and Metro Health who will help answer your vaccine questions. You can watch on WKYC.com, on the WKYC app, or our Facebook and YouTube pages.
Well, thrill lovers, rejoice. The countdown is officially on for Cedar Point to open its doors. In less than 24 hours, America's rock and roller coast will be back open for business, and we can't wait.
And this season comes with new attractions, new guidelines, and more.
Look at me. I'm jealous.
Our Brandon Simmons is live at the park tonight after that thrilling ride this afternoon. Brandon, tell us what is new this year.
Let me first tell you, I had a lot of fun being out here for Media Day. This is my first time for Media Day, a lot of fun. But I do want to go back. Remember last year when COVID first hit, we were supposed to be celebrating 150 years here at Cedar Point. And of course, that never happened. But a lot of those big fun events, they're going to continue into this year, and it's going to happen later into the season. But as you said, they get to open the doors starting tomorrow, opening things up with the Frontier Festival. Of course, that's when people will be allowed back inside of the park for the first time, having some fun for this this season, and many of the health safety protocols that were in place last year, just so everyone knows, are still in effect. They're continuing to limit capacity and expect people to be socially distanced while they're inside the park. However, masks are not required when you're outdoors, of course, or when you're on rides. Now, if you haven't already, you have to be sure to also make reservations for your visit this year, just like last year. That's the only way you'll be able to enjoy any of those planned events and celebrations.
We're excited to celebrate our 150th anniversary again. It's actually 150 part 2, as we like to joke. We're got a great season ahead of us. We've got a big celebration coming up in the middle of the summer. We have our Frontier Festival kicking off the season this weekend. Our rides are all ready to go.
Now, of course, I had to test out that last part, make sure those rides are really ready to go. And I know for sure the Maverick is good to go. Although it was down briefly here, even on Media Day, I had a great time riding it. Still just as fun as I remember it being the first time I rode. And I got to say, it really feels good just to know we're heading into summer. We're starting to see all of these rule changes, health orders being changed, all those things. It's starting to really feel like normal. And coming 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, you'll be able to, of course, enjoy Cedar Point as well.
So I have a question for you, Brandon, because we know that these orders have been decided weeks in advance. With the governor announcing that these health orders are going to go away on June 2nd, has Cedar Point decided yet if they're going to change the way they operate, go back to full capacity and no masks at all?
Well, they haven't decided that just yet. So they said they consult with private health experts that they've hired. They also consider state guidelines as well as what they're hearing from the CDC. And with all of those changes coming in the last 24 hours, that's something they haven't decided yet, which is why we still see all of those protocols still in place right now. Now, of course, if they do decide later that they are going to change and follow some of these changes that we're seeing, then they will post that on their website, of course, for guests before they arrive here at the park.
Well, season pass holders have, everybody jumped on that bandwagon because they kind of got a full free year last year with those season passes. So your 2020 passes carry over. But what about the reservations that everybody's supposed to have? What's the process for that, if there is one?
Well, everybody still has to have reservations. So when you go and buy a regular ticket, that serves as your reservation because you're picking which date you're going to come. And if you're a season pass holder, you do have to make sure you go online and register just so they know who's coming and how many people are in the park. And as you said, those 2020 passes do roll over. So a lot of people are expected to take advantage of hopefully this great weather too, Betsy.
It's going to be bananas.
All right, listen, Brandon, I'm jealous, officially. That ride looked like it was a blast. I hope to be there very soon, enjoying myself. Brandon Simmons live tonight from Sandusky and Cedar Point. Coming up next on What's New, a local woman hasn't seen her sisters in 55 years. Did our search angels find them? We're going to find out together.
Lindsey Buckingham's stories are best. All right, then Ellen speaks out, what she says about ending her long-running talk show, and what's next.
And Matt Wintz today gets 4.5 stars on the Jay Crawford weather rating system. Can we get to 5 stars over the weekend? That's my big question for you.
Well, I'm not sure where the 5-star rating is. It 90 degrees or 80 degrees or 70? We'll have to talk about that upcoming. But boy, Jay and everybody, what a beautiful day. This is really quite a stretch we're in. The live look at CSU cam showing that sunshine once again. Your outdoor dining forecast, it doesn't get any better than this. Temps in the 60s, low humidity, a light breeze. But does this continue? Can we get to a 5 on Jay's scale? I've got the forecast coming up.
Last week, we met Renee Scarpa, a Solon woman separated from her sisters since 1966. Her heartfelt plea to find them caught our attention and that of our search angels, too.
But 55 years is a very long time. Would our search angels be able to help? Well, get ready. Our Lindsay Buckingham has the answer.
I lost my, dad when I was 4. I lost my mom when I was 33.
Losing her loved ones deepened Renee Scarpa's need to find the half-sisters she last saw 55 years ago after their father's tragic death. For so long, Renee sat back, believing her silence was better for their hearts.
So that was what I was always struggling with.
But as the saying goes, you'll never know unless you try. After Renee reached out to us, our search angel, Janet Renardo Travis, got to work. Tricky case, as more than a half-century had passed. But then, a hit. Janet located Renee's sister Connie in Illinois, her sister Vicky in Iowa, both mothers and loving sisters to one another. And there was wonderful news. They had been thinking of their little sister, Renee, their whole lives. We agreed to chat over Zoom.
That it's disconnected now.
The situation anxious because in just moments, Renee, who had no idea we found her sisters, would join too. It was time for a reunion. 55 years in the making.
Here we go.
Hi.
This is Vicky. And
Hi.
This is Connie.
Your sister? But I found them for you.
Oh, Renee. How are you doing? What are you feeling?
Just shocked in a great way.
Vicky, I wanted to ask you, how does it feel to see Renee?
It's wonderful. I'm scanning pictures for my sons, and I have a picture of you.
Decades of wondering if her sisters had thought of her led to this.
Because I had been told that you guys really hadn't wanted to connect. And so I respected that.
Renee, we never not wanted you in our lives.
I have a son in Phoenix, and every time I drove through Albuquerque, I wish I'd known how to get a hold of you.
Can you even describe what that means to you, hearing what your sisters are telling you?
I can't hardly. It's a reality that I've felt for so long that it's really hard to get my mind wrapped around a different reality. But it's a great problem to have.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'll work with it. I'll get through it.
And I can hug you right now.
Me too.
We missed a lot of years together.
Connie, what about you? How do you feel knowing that Renee has held this love for you in her heart all these years?
Now you're gonna make me cry. It makes me sad, like Vicky said, but it also, we're here. We have the future, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Right.
I mean, Vicky and I are very open, and so we are welcoming you to our crazy little group.
Well, thank you.
I'm really happy.
Oh, this is just amazing to me.
3 hearts together again, open and ready to rebuild and reconnect. Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
Wow. Lindsay, you've done it again. Every time Lindsay comes on our show, it gets dusty in here. Have you noticed?
I don't have any Kleenex. I think I just have a tie for my dress.
It's really unbelievable to think that 55 years, and what's incredible is, as soon as the 3 of them popped up on the screen, you could see that there was a resemblance.
And then the one sister's like, I have a picture of you. Like, that is just amazing to me. And just the connection, but that feeling of acceptance that Renee must feel. She said for so long she respected their wishes not to be contacted, but suddenly you know, she finds out they did want to contact, and now she's got that. And what a beautiful story.
Terrific, and well done, Lindsay, as always. So now Renee tells us she's been talking with her sisters regularly. They even have a Zoom call planned this weekend. Of course, they would love to meet in person, and I'm sure one day they will. And you can bet Lindsay will be there when that happens.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I love these stories of people finding the family that they seemingly haven't seen forever. It's kind of like when Matt Wentz came back into the studio. I only saw him in the lobby through the glass, but it was still like, he's human. There's flesh. We were so excited to see each other. And Matt, you know, here in the next couple months, we're going to get you back in the studio full time with us. We're so excited about that. But in the meantime, you got a pretty sweet gig out there in the yard, doesn't he, Jay?
He does. In fact, his weather word today, and it's actually 2 words. I'm just going to say it real fast, so it's 1 word. Your weather word today is yard work. Because that's my favorite thing to do when the weather is like this.
Oh, man, Jay, you and me both, I'm telling you, the last 3 days, I don't even have yard work to do, but I've just bought some dirt and I've been moving stuff around. It's like, it's so addicting. I think you and I both share that same thing. Betsy, I have your tissue. I got this box out here. I knew Lindsay's piece was coming up, and you're right. What a tearjerker.
My dress is working pretty good so far.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing just fine. But for sure, yeah, we'll fit yard work into the forecast. I wish I had an actual forecast graphic. But guys, I want to start with a stat that's going to blow your mind. In terms of the lack of severe weather, right, it's been very cool so far this spring, well, relatively speaking, and what that's done has really put a damper on any severe weather across much of the eastern half and the southern half of the country. In terms of the lack of severe weather locally, though, it's been 178 days since our local National Weather Service in Cleveland has issued a severe thunderstorm or tornado warning. That, it means this whole year we haven't had any of those yet, and that is the slowest start to a severe weather season, which typically is April, May, and you know we can get severe storms in the summer, but it has really been quiet around here, and I don't think anyone's complaining about that. Reason why, the big picture pattern, we've got the flow out of Canada. Boy, has it looked like this for much of the spring, bringing that cool air, but watch what happens as we go through time into the rest of the week and the weekend. We start to say goodbye to that trough, and we say hello to a ridge across the eastern half of the country. That will bring that warmer air we've been highlighting. How long it sticks around is the big question. But until then, we've got high pressure firmly in control. A little bit of messy weather out towards the west, but you can see how we're still on the cool side of that high. The real warmth is now building out in the plain states. So we've got another cool night tonight. Not quite as widespread cold as we had last night. I'm not expecting anything other than patchy frost in spots tonight. No advisory out. You can see the puffy clouds we have. And I even have the Brandon Simmons cam for you. I think he's down there in the Midway with some balloons right now at Cedar Point. A great day tomorrow. National Design Mart hour by our forecast. You can see we're back into the 40s tonight. And then tomorrow, more sunshine. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. The warm-up continues. Our next shot at rain does arrive. Slight chance Sunday, better chance Monday and Tuesday. And then next week, still looking warm at this point. We'll be back with more What's New on the other side of the break.
Well, the wardrobe malfunction is back in the news, and Janet Jackson's brothers are reacting to Justin Timberlake's recent apology regarding that Super Bowl incident 17 years ago. It's been 17 years. Can you believe that? And Ellen DeGeneres opens up about ending her talk show. Here's our Kiara Cotton with those stories and more in Pop Break.
Ellen DeGeneres shared more on her decision to end her daytime talk show. On the Today Show, the 63-year-old highlighted her achievement and discussed her struggles after a difficult year marked by damning allegations. But Ellen is taking the step into her next chapter in stride, as she's done in the past.
How can I be an example of strength and perseverance and power if I give up and run away?
It's been 17 years since Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake's wardrobe malfunctioned at the 2004 Super Bowl, and just 2 months since he publicly apologized for his role in the incident. Janet took the brunt of the backlash for that performance, but according to Janet's brothers, that's all in the past.
It kind of hurt Janet, in the past, and she, for him to step up and say that, it's nice. It means a lot. It means a whole lot.
Yeah. Wedding bells could be ringing for Cleveland's Wild Boy. According to reports, Machine Gun Kelly is considering walking down the aisle with his girlfriend, actress Megan Fox. The 31-year-old musician and actor reportedly told a source that he would, quote, marry Megan in a heartbeat, end quote. But the 34-year-old is taking things slow. According to the source, she's taking her 3 children into consideration, but the idea isn't off the table. And we also want to send a special happy birthday to the legendary Stevie Wonder. The music icon turned 71 years old today. Back to you guys.
Rock and roll inductee there. Woo, love Stevie Wonder. Well, on the next half hour of What's New, Al Roker visits a Cleveland gem. Yep, the NASA Glenn Research Center. We get a rare look at how they are helping to plan future trips to the moon.
And when you can start signing your kids up to get vaccinated at the Wolstein Center. We're coming right back.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Let's get started with 3 things you need to know. Cleveland police say Gina DeJesus was carjacked at gunpoint this morning. She's one of the 3 women who became known as the Miracle in Cleveland in 2013, those who survived being kidnapped by Ariel Castro. The carjacking happened just before 2 a.m. near West 127th Street. She told police 2 men in a silver sedan drove around her car, cut her off, and blocked her from leaving. One man hopped out, pointed a gun at her, and told her to get out of the car. They took her car, but she is safe. Police are still looking for those suspects.
Today, Governor Mike DeWine announced Ohio will opt out of the federal government's pandemic unemployment program on June 26th. The supplemental program has been available since last year as part of the pandemic stimulus measures. He noted in some cases it has discouraged Ohioans from going back to work. 11 other states are also opting out of the program in the coming months.
And the Wolstein Center will administer the Pfizer vaccine to kids 12 and up May 18th through the 30th. The time period was originally reserved for second doses, but the site will expand the first doses to anyone who hasn't been vaccinated. Kids 12 to 17 must have a parent with them to get the vaccine. Those who get vaccinated during this time, those first shots, the second shots will be scheduled for them at a discount drug mart. And on that note, we say welcome back to What's New. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. I am Betsy Kling alongside Jay Crawford.
Later in the show, we're going to be testing our knowledge in Throwdown Thursday on Cedar Point, which, by the way, opens tomorrow. Bet's all-time favorite ride at Cedar Point. Do you have one?
Millennium Force. No, maybe Steel Vengeance.
That's a good one.
But I do like Top Thrill, too, Dragster.
That's my number one.
Yeah.
Top Thrill Dragster.
Love
Because there's nothing that simulates that.
Front seat?
Front seat, absolutely. And we know Brandon's favorite ride.
Right.
It's Maverick.
So we brought this video back specifically because we want you to see when he gets to the top of the hill. It'll pop up here again. He gets to the top of the hill, and as soon as he goes over the crest of the hill, there is just that smile that erupts on his face. Obviously, he had a fantastic day out there, but everybody's going to get to go out and enjoy Cedar Point starting tomorrow. Don't forget, you have to have a reservation to go. You can find those reservation opportunities on their website.
All right, let's get to our top talker here at 5:30 all week long. The Today Show has been highlighting the city of Cleveland, its bounce back from the pandemic, and all the amazing things happening in our city right now.
And this morning, Al got a rare look at all the cool projects NASA Glenn Research Center is working on for future missions to the moon and beyond.
When you think NASA, you probably think Houston.
Houston, we have a problem.
Or the Kennedy Space Center. But you should really be thinking about Cleveland, home of the John Glenn Research Center, named for the first American to orbit the Earth.
Godspeed, John Glenn.
Where the future of space exploration is taking shape now.
We're the best kept secret in many ways.
It's here that an astronomical amount of research and development is being done for NASA's Artemis program, planning to return America to the moon, including the first woman and the first person of color to set foot there.
That by itself is an inspiration to the new generation.
They're working on just about every aspect of these missions, from propulsion and design to the rovers. NASA Glenn is led by Dr. Marla Perez Davis, a career NASA employee and the first Puerto Rican-born woman to lead a NASA center.
I still remember this vivid picture of me with my sister and my mom watching TV and see the lunar landing. That stuck to my mind.
Even at 13, you knew you wanted to be a chemical engineer. What got you moving in that direction?
So it really was two things. I love math and chemistry. I just took an encyclopedia and looked for what is the definition of an engineer, right? So I said, math, chemistry, chemical engineer. I want to be one of those.
Aerospace engineer Aaron Resich took me to the Simulated Lunar Operations Lab, or the SLOPE Lab, where conditions on the moon are recreated to test rovers. So this is more lunar sand?
Yes.
And this is Martian sand?
Give it your best shot. Kind of stab that sand and tell me what it feels like.
Well, it feels like I'm, pushing into sand at the beach.
Exactly. Give this one the same shot.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, it goes all the way in.
Exactly.
I mean, this almost feels like liquid.
Exactly. It's very challenging to drive through. You don't get a good grip in it. Vehicles can get stuck.
In a way, I got to set foot on Mars. One small step for man. Oh, wow,
The more you move, the kind of the worse it gets. You get a little bit of a quicksand effect. So if he goes too much further, we might lose Al in the sand.
That'd be a good day for Dylan Dreyer. One thing about planetary exploration If you get a flat, you can't call a tow truck. Here, they've developed a technology called shape memory alloy that allows the rover's tires to repair themselves.
Because it can envelop these rocks and it can take all sorts of abuse, you don't get the same damage that you would get in other situations. Wow. It's pretty stiff, right?
What is this?
So this is the same material we've got here in the spring mesh. So give it a shot, bend it all the way down, and now hold on tight, and let it come back all by itself. Just like that, it's like it never happened.
That's crazy.
2 fingers there in the middle, bend it.
Oh, it's getting warm.
It's getting warm, right? And then when you snap it back.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's like that, how do it know?
Because it does. You're rearranging the structure of the atoms, and it just kind of finds a new normal.
They're also at work on life-sustaining robots.
So this robot is called APEX, or the Advanced Planetary Excavation Robot.
If this were on a planet, say the moon, what would the job for this be?
It's going to scoop regolith or soil. But inside that, you have all different kinds of minerals. You have water ice, other gases that are in ice form, making rocket propellant out of water, processing liquid water from that ice for our astronauts.
You could take whatever's in there and use it for people to exist on the moon.
Yeah.
They have state-of-the-art facilities, including a chamber that replicates the harsh environment of deep space. Here, they test groundbreaking engines that convert solar energy into thrust. And one of the stops along the way will be the Lunar Gateway, an orbiting outpost providing support for missions to the moon and eventually Mars. The goal is to get to the moon and stay and be there to have a base by 2024. That's not that far away.
That's correct.
We're going to make that time frame?
We are on our way.
Wow. Isn't it incredible? And that's all happening here in our backyard. There are so many projects that just are mind-blowing that they are researching and developing. And, you know, a lot of this stuff, they're like, oh, that doesn't exist. Let's make it exist. And that's where those engineers come in. And, you know, hats off to all of the folks who work out at NASA, Glenn. It is a very, very important part of our local economy. And so we really appreciate all that they do.
Yeah, their can-do spirit is incredible. And to your point, well, we can't do that. We've never done that. That can't be done. That's not in their vocabulary.
Right.
When they run into a brick wall, they find a way either around it or they knock it down. It really is one of the most incredible organizations in the history of our country when you consider some of the things that they've done and some of the things they're doing right now. Yep, good for them. Okay, Cleveland's time in the national spotlight isn't over. Next week, Lester Holt will be in town for NBC Nightly News Across America series. He's going to highlight Cleveland Metropolitan Public Schools, plus Russ Mitchell will join him for an exclusive look inside Gojo's Purell factory. That's Wednesday at 6:30 on 3 News.
Still ahead for us, tomorrow is opening day at Cedar Point. We have a special guest host from the amusement park joining us for Throwdown Thursday. See how much you know about Cedar Point.
Hey, Matt, will we have roller coaster weather this weekend? Is that in the cards?
Oh, absolutely. You know, some of the best memories I've had were going up the Millennium Force when it was like either pelting rain or some sleet. That is not a fun ride. So we don't have any of that in the forecast. Our Brandon Simmons cam shows clear skies across the Cedar Point area, and that will continue as we head throughout the weekend. You are going to love this forecast. We'll talk that, and the latest drought numbers are out. We'll also talk about that on the other side of the break.
Awesome, Matt. Thank you so much. Well, we all love Platform Beer, right? It's an Ohio favorite. And their newly opened beer garden, The Lot, in Ohio City, makes it even better. Enjoy vibey shipping container rooms and all the cold platform beer you desire in the heart of the city. View a list of other great beer gardens from our Doug Tratner on WKYC.com/SaveOurSauce. Oh, man, I got to tell you, we were able to hammer out our forecast call today in no time flat. We just zipped right through it. Weather like this is so fantastic from a meteorologist's perspective. We can actually start to think about other things happening in the world, too.
Yeah, it really is. And I didn't want to give you the typical, like, here's your forecast next 7 days. So let's talk about some different things that are equally as interesting in terms of the drought and the rainfall and all that. And that's really what we're down to right now with the sunshine over the next couple of weeks. Are you creeping up on me? What's going on? Okay, all right. You guys go make some mud pies for Jay. He loves those things. We'll send them in the mail again. Improving drought conditions, that's really the big story. If you remember the last couple of weeks, we've really been developing a moderate to at times, more than moderate drought across Northeast Ohio. You could see the improvement, though, with all that rain that we got. A little bit too much in a hurry, but we're down to 8% of Ohio in either abnormally dry conditions or just no drought at all. And you look at that, a week ago, we were at 59% drought. So what an improvement we've had. And in terms of that deficit, you see it there at your bottom of the screen. Cleveland running the biggest deficit right now. Akron and Mansfield a little bit less. So we could still use some rain, but a lot of that rain we just had is soaking down into the soil. We need to give it a little bit of time. U.S. drought right now, though, still awful out west. They have all sorts of problems, and that drought will only get worse because monsoon season is still about a month and a half to 2 months away. You can see across the Great Lakes we have improved, but still some decent drought across areas of Michigan. High pressure's in charge. There's no rain across the Great Lakes now. Out west, they've got some unsettled weather. The warm air is still to the west of us. This cool air mass is all the way down to Florida, where they have temperatures in the upper 60s in Jacksonville today to low 70s. That is very cool for them. For us, we've got another night of some scattered frost. I think most of us won't have any frost problems tonight. Mainly some of those outlying, traditionally lower spots may get down into the mid and upper 30s. Your National Design Mart look ahead as we go through time. You can see over the weekend we are going to stay dry, but we will be watching some showers and thunderstorms off to our west. That will likely spray some clouds in here from time to time. Otherwise, we're looking dry. Sunday's when we start to kind of flirt with this boundary that's moving in from the west. All indication is we'll likely have some rain around here on Monday with that boundary in place. And then next week turns kind of summer-like around here, where we have some chances late week of some pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon. How about that pattern? In terms of rain, the bulk of it will stay away from us, but again, we'll be watching that system, especially on Monday and Tuesday. Union Home Mortgage 7-day, here we go through time. Weekend again looking fantastic. We'll keep an eye on some chances for some Sunday rain. Best chance looks to be on Monday, and then next week we continue that warm-up. In terms of humidity, we haven't had any of it yet, but next week, Wednesday, Thursday, that's when we start to ramp up that humidity a little bit.
It's certainly a very good sign that things are changing for us, and hopefully we'll stay going in the summery direction. We definitely need that.
Right.
Matt, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, guess what, everybody? It is T-minus 24 hours, actually less than that, until Cedar Point opens for the season. We have a special edition of Throwdown Thursday and a special host coming up.
And a local fourth grader gets a big honor, very prestigious. We're going to tell you what made her the first of her age in Cuyahoga County to get this award. We have that story ahead, and show us something good. And as we head to break, here's something to make you smile. I want you to meet Scout and Frankie. The two are sisters living in Australia. This is the video of the first time Scout met her baby sister. Oh. And as you can tell, I think they're getting along just fine. They are obsessed with one another, we're told, and Scout looks after Frankie wherever he goes.
Our puppy's not moving. How cute. Tony, can you hear us? Hi, Tony, can you hear us? Oh, good. Awesome. All right, we'll be with you in just a second.
It is time for Throwdown Thursday, and this week's edition is for all of you thrill seekers. I know you're out there.
Cedar Point opens for the season tomorrow, so we decided to see just how much we know about the park and you too, and its history. And nobody knows the park better than Tony Clark, Director of Communications at Cedar Point.
Tony's our roller coaster historian host today. Tony, thanks so much for being with us. Here's the way this works. We have buzzers. I'm going to hit mine.
I hit mine first.
And there's mine. Betsy's was first. You'll never be able to remember whose was who. So you'll ask the question, we'll buzz in, and we'll tell you who buzzed in first, and then they get to try to guess the answer. Take it away, my friend.
All right, kids. All right, kids, let's go. Let's see how much you guys know. What is Cedar Point's nickname? A, America's Rock and Roller Coast.
Oh.
B,
that was Betsy.
I buzzed in right away.
She's just going for it.
I'm going for America's Roller Coast.
Okay, but Betsy, I didn't finish answering the question, so you automatically disqualified on that one.
I love Tony.
There's America's Roller Coast, B, C, the amusement park, or D, all of the above.
It's D.
Jay?
At one point or another, I know you've used all of those.
It is D, all of the above, yes. Congratulations.
Betsy, you got hand slapped for that, too.
I hate the all of the above. At least it's on the graphic now.
Betsy's confident because she's a Cedar Point fan. She's got to watch out.
You got to do the thumbs up when you say America's Roller Coast.
Yeah, we do say that. America's Roller Coast is what we normally say, but that's not the only thing we've been referred to as. So, trick question.
It was a trick question.
All right, number two.
Stinks.
All right, number two.
What is the oldest operating roller coaster at the park? Is it A, the blue?
That was Jay.
Who was that?
That's me, and that's
Jay,
an easy
what is it?
Now, Tony, I'm from Sandusky, okay? So I have no reason to ever miss any of these. It's Blue Streak, of course.
Okay. It is the Blue Streak. You are right. Correct. 1964.
He didn't let you finish answer the question either. You didn't yell at him.
But I got it right, so it doesn't
Putting you
matter.
on blast, boy.
All right. How about number three? What free option? Yes.
That's Betsy.
That was a misfire.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, go ahead, Betsy, answer the question, but that was an accident.
I don't even know what the question is.
Go ahead, Tony.
All right. What free option allows parents of small children to take turns?
Wow, Betsy really thinks she knows this one.
The parent swap. Been there,
It is
done
parent
that,
swap, yes,
used
parent
it.
swap.
Thank you.
I have not. I didn't know that one.
Free option for parents.
Okay, very good.
There you go.
Betsy's finding all the loopholes she can. Go ahead,
Question
Tony.
4. Cedar Point is the oldest operating amusement park in North America. True or false?
Ooh. Oldest operating. No, that's not true. No. I'm going to say false.
That's correct. It's false.
Yeah, I think,
That
isn't
is
there one in
false.
New
Yes, we are
Jersey
the
that's older?
Second, Lake Compounce in New York. We share history with Lake Compounce as two of the oldest amusement parks in North America, but they win. We are the second oldest amusement park in North America.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, but we're better, so that's fine.
Yeah, we are better. They can have
That
older.
is correct.
We'll take better.
I do not dispute that.
Bonus point.
All right.
All right, last one.
How many rides are in Cedar Point?
Ooh.
Is it 68? Is it, see, no one's buzzing in yet, 70?
Ooh, no.
Or 72?
I'm going to buzz in and guess only because I would have guessed there were even more than that because all the kiddie rides and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go high end.
Okay.
The biggest number, was it 74, 72?
That's what I would have guessed too.
Yeah. So let's go 72.
It is 72. You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
I had a lot of pressure on me here, Tony, because I'm from Sandusky, and if I hadn't won, I would have been massively embarrassed.
That's okay. You guys did great. Betsy did not know as much as she thought she did, which I'm disappointed in, Betsy. We got to get you out here and learn some more about the park so you can win this next year when we do it again.
Yeah, but who got the Storm Ready certification for Cedar Point over the years?
Not me.
There was a big assist in there, so maybe I can get some bonus points.
She does get brownie points for that. but
yes, absolutely.
She didn't win Throwdown Thursday.
I did not win Throwdown Thursday. You get to keep the leg lamp. Tony Clark, thank you so much. We're going to come out and we're going to visit you very soon.
Thanks.
So we'll be chatting, I'm sure.
Betsy's idea is to bring the whole show there.
We want to take everybody on the road.
Yes. So we'll be doing that soon, Tony. Look out for our phone call.
Awesome.
Okay.
We will have you anytime. Bring it on.
Have a great opening weekend. I'm sure you will. Coming up next on What's New, a local girl wins the Girl Scout Medal of Honor. How she received the big award. This is an incredible story. So cool. We're going to hear her reaction to winning this big, prestigious award. It's our Show Us Something Good, and it's coming up.
Then on What Matters Most at 6, new branding at Put in Bay is looking to attract more people to the island. We'll show you what else is in store for the summer. And today's pop quiz question is about the Olympics. How many cameras did the Olympic Broadcasting Service use during the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio? Was it 500 cameras, 1,000 cameras, 1,500 cameras? The answer when we come back. Well, before the break, we asked you how many cameras the Olympic Broadcasting Service used during the 2016 Games in Rio. Was it 500, 1,000, or 1,500? Jay?
I'd say the big number.
Nope, it was 1,000. Oh, you lose. You forfeit the entire leg lamp now, and I win. No, that's different. Okay. Well, don't forget 3 News. We are going to be carrying the Olympics this July. So excited about that. The games start in Tokyo on July 23rd.
Well, this little girl here is the star of our Show Us Something Good. Her name's Ellie Costanzo, 4th grader at Jesu School at University Heights. Recently, she got the Girl Scouts Medal of Honor. Ellie saved a 3-year-old from drowning at her family's lakeside cabin. Can you imagine? She's the first Girl Scout in Cuyahoga County to receive the award and only one of 11 in the state. And we say, congratulations, Ellie.
I felt excited, surprised that I won it out of a lot of people. I felt like a hero because I saved someone's life.
Well, Ellie, you are a hero. She got to choose where she received the award, and she decided she would do that at school so her friends could be part of the ceremony. She hopes to continue moving up the Girl Scout ranks.
Right, and her badge scarf is like loaded,
Yeah.
right? I always feel bad for the girls that have like a patch.
Yeah.
And then she's loaded down, but that's a lot of work on her plate.
And she's got the big one. We're out of time. Back tomorrow at 5. We'll see you then.
What Matters Most with Russ and Laura starts now.
Now at 6, fully vaccinated perks. The chance